Hey guys, welcome back to the Nesian podcast. I just want to pop on here real quick to let you know that we've been experiencing some technical difficulties with our audio equipment here lately. So if you can just bear with us for a little bit, we'll be back up and running with clean, crispy audio for you real soon. In this episode specifically, there's some beeping in the background that goes on for about the first 30 minutes. But Cam has a really good story to share, so you don't want to miss out. We appreciate you tuning in. Let's get into the episode.
Aside, yeah, and fight for our lives, yeah. I said the haters in the morning way before the sunrise.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Nesian podcast. The Baldy Boys are back for another episode. And this is the Pacific Islanders podcast, where we tell our stories and our lessons of our journey to help you on yours. And today is episode 44, and we have a special guest, someone that's supported us for quite a while now. A young entrepreneur on her journey, doing big things, and we want to talk about it. So we brought her on today. Today we have Cam. Welcome to the pod.
Hi.
And she might be a little bit nervous, but that's like everybody, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we're just going to talk our
Stories, like you always say.
We're going to tell stories today.
Okay.
We just want to lie to each other.
Okay.
Like a lot of people.
I don't do that.
All right. So, I mean, we wanted to bring you on today, mostly, and of course, because, you know, you're a big supporter of us and everything, and we obviously appreciate that. But you're on a journey of entrepreneurship, you're on a running journey, all that too, right? So it's something that we want to talk about and see, you know, get into your head and see where you're coming from and everything you've been through that could possibly inspire somebody out there that listens to us. So, yeah, if you could tell us a little bit about what you do yourself, where you're from, stuff like that.
So, basics. I was born in Hawaii, Oahu, and then my mom moved us here when I was only 6. Grew up in Puyallup. I started Cam's Crafts at just 19. I worked at American Eagle for just about a year, and then I was like, I kind of just want to work for myself. I looked up to my sister-in-law. She's back home. She had a business, Kape & Co. was the name, and I was like, if she can do it, I can do it. I could totally do this. So I asked my dad for a Cricut. It started off with just stickers.
I know all about those Cricuts.
Yeah. It started with stickers and decals, and then my mom helped me. We expanded to cups, and then just like everything else. Like, we have a big family, so people from Hawaii and even back in Saipan, we had people like, oh, can you make this sticker for me, this decal? And there's trucks in Saipan with like my decals on it. Yeah. And then it's been about a year since I've been apprenticing as a tattoo artist at the Black Lake out in Graham. That's been a journey. And then I just started my running journey, so we're here.
I mean, you just had a race yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I saw that.
Yes, it was good.
How long was it?
It was just a 5K.
Okay.
I don't say just a 5K.
It was a 5K.
5K.
It was hard
somewhere
yes.
still.
In December I did a 10K, so I feel weird going backwards, but I was like.
But were you running and training after 10K a lot?
Yeah.
You're still training yourself?
Yeah. So this felt a lot easier than 10K. I was more prepared for this one for sure. Because I was supposed to do the 5K first, and then my cousin was like,
typically you want to do 5.
Yeah, but my cousin was like, it's only $10 more. Let's just do the 10K. And I was like, okay. So we did it. And I remember my body was so sore, but I liked it. Like the challenge was great. It was the hills that got me for sure. They got me this time too, but it's okay. It felt better. I got hokas, broke them in a little bit, and the run felt a lot better on my feet too, my body. It's not as sore either.
Yeah.
Like.
We had run club the other day, and Cam was trying to figure out shoes. And what brand?
It was Lululemon, but they were free. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I ain't hating against it. You know, use what you got, and you know,
they're expensive.
They are.
They're still pricey, but Lululemon is not like. I mean, they have running gear like clothes, but I would not be like, oh, let me go get some Lululemon shoes to run a marathon. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So.
And they're old too, so they're like a couple years. Yeah, they're over budgeted, and I didn't realize that made a huge difference because I went running in these hokas. I was like, whoa, It's like
Yeah.
I'm running on clouds
Yeah,
compared
they
to
make a big
those.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I got my first pair of Hokas, that's when like the game changed. So,
Yeah.
because I was using, I think it's like some Reeboks, some old Reeboks that I had, and I remember my knees and everything just always hurt. I'm like, oh my god, this feels
Yeah, I
Yes.
tried, and when we did 75 hard, I was trying to run in basketball shoes.
yeah,
Oh,
Like real
yeah.
stiff, heavy ones. I'm like, oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
I used to play basketball in
Yeah.
junior high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you
That's
played
different.
sports in high school. didn't you?
Yes, I did basketball in junior high, and then I did fast pitch in high school.
Mhm.
Just 4 years of fast pitch. I kind of just took that and ran with it too. Like I did my high school team, and then I was on a select team, not travel, but just local. And
Yeah. Was it something that you wanted to do like afterwards? Like, did you ever
I
think, oh, I want to
thought,
play in college? or
yeah,
something?
I did, but I started late. I literally started my freshman year. That was
Oh,
my
yeah.
first year playing, and I was playing with girls. Played like since they were like 6,
Oh, yeah.
so I was
Dang.
like,
Yeah.
I worked my butt off though.
Yeah.
Like I'd be out in the backyard hitting. I'd throw with my mom because she used to play fast pitch too.
Mhm.
The only hard part was I was a lefty. I'm a lefty in everything I do.
Yeah,
So- My mom and auntie, they grew up playing fast pitch, but they could not like help much because they were like, I can't help you.
You can't translate.
Yeah. So I grew up always having to translate everything. So I see things backwards. Like when
Oh,
somebody's
yeah,
trying
you
to
went
show
from a
me.
10K to a 5K. So.
Yeah, yes,
We
yes.
know what you're talking about.
Yes, I go backwards in some things.
So what positions were you playing? Like your outfitter, first baseman
Yes.
most of the time?
Not first base. I didn't have the height for that.
Yeah.
There's always a taller girl for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually played second, which some people
Yeah.
thought was
That
odd.
is crazy.
Yes.
For lefty.
I at least had an easy like throw to second, but
yeah,
I'd have an extra step to hit first,
Yeah,
depending on how I.
compared to normal. Like
Yes.
right-handed infielder,
Yes. Yes. Second or outfield, right field or center. Yes. I didn't like center. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. I mean, that means you're the best out there. You got the best glove out there.
I was like, I'd rather stay out in the right.
Yeah.
Center field is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the best. So the center
Arm
fielder is usually the best glove out there, most speed.
and
then-
arm too.
Yeah. Right field. Right. Normally in like higher levels, you put your right fielder has the strongest arm because they can go from
Oh really?
from right field to third base throw,
Oh.
and stuff like that. 'Cause that's the farthest throw you'd have to make. Left fielder usually has the weakest arm out of the outfielders.
I always-
Oh, that's the
always-
common ground we need to get the conversation going. So we're good.
Yes, yes.
We're flowing.
I didn't really play left field. I think I had the better angle at right.
Yeah.
My coaches
Oh,
always
yeah.
said I had a better angle.
Yeah, that
so,
turn.
yeah. They like that I had that because
Yeah.
getting foul balls too. I have a better. I can open up easier that way.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Wow. I just been a long time since I played an outfield, but I'm glad I don't play out there. So once I miss it, at least somebody's in the back behind me to get it.
Yes, that was another thing because I started playing slow pitch,
Mhm.
slapping pitches. It was the name, and I played second there, which I thought was scary because I used to watch my auntie, and I was like, these guys hit it hard,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh gosh, if I take the ball to the
No.
face,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm done. But even in the outfield, I was like, I have nobody to back me up, so I'd rather be infield
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm like, I have somebody to back me up if I miss it.
You run a lot
Just
less.
in case.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always thought that like athletes and like people that play sports, they're always, for some reason, they can turn to entrepreneurship pretty, I guess, smoothly compared to most people, just because it's when you're dedicated to a sport and you train so much, that you can't get better just at regular practice.
Yes.
You have to train outside of it. You have to do extra stuff, and everything comes along with it when you're like, especially a student athlete. You gotta
Oh,
train, you gotta
gosh.
practice, you gotta do weightlifting stuff, you gotta do
I
school,
remember those
regular
days.
house chores as
Yeah.
as a kid. Like you have to do all that stuff. So I always feel like student athletes can transition into being entrepreneurs pretty easily compared to most people, because they're used to the hard work and they have the work ethic to make shit happen and they understand how to make shit happen.
I remember, high school. I was helping. I got a puppy,
Mhm.
and of course, student. I had AP, pre-AP classes, trying to maintain straight A's. That was a rule. Was I had to keep straight A's, and not only softball season, there was during that season I was doing that, and then going straight to my select practice, which was like 2 hours. I'm getting home, eating at like 9 o'clock at night, and have to study.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's all part of
I
it.
don't know how I would do that now. Like,
That's where I feel like you just have all that time and you learn that, you know, you just on the go. Like if you wanna do, especially like when you're a younger athlete, you have like these goals and dreams, visions of stuff you want to do when you grow up, and then you know, like you just have to keep working. You just have to keep doing stuff. And when you're young, you have all the energy, and you always want to do, and you also want to do other stuff, like, you know, all the bullshit that kids do and that we want to be a part of. But sometimes it doesn't work out, and sometimes it's, when you're younger, I guess you feel like it sucks, but then
it kind of does. That's what I've been battling lately. Like, just at 22, seeing other classmates and friends from high school, they're out partying in college, and I'm like, oh. But then I'm okay. Like, I'm content with it. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I didn't get to do that stuff, but I'm like, I'm okay. I'm not drinking. I'm healthy. I'm putting my health first. I'm running. Like, I have a business, so I'm like, I think I'm okay. I don't need that.
You don't. I mean, and that's the crazy part about it. And I know, like, a lot of us do get caught up in that, and we think that we're behind because why are they having so much fun compared to me? Like, you know. But then it's like, if you really pay attention, especially like as you guys get, you know, when we get older and stuff like that, you start learning like, okay, I'm skipping out on some stuff, but I'll get to enjoy some real stuff down the road, you know. And that's the way. Like, I wish I was on the path as soon as you started on the path, because I joined the military, stuff like that, but I was drinking heavy. Like, that's all I did. I partied, I drank, I fucking worked, and that was it. That was life, you know. And I wish I would have gave up on the stuff outside of that, because I would have been way more successful, and especially my first dream, which was baseball. And I always tell my son, I think really remembers this, and he always, you know, brings it up every now and then. And I told him, that's like, you know, the reason why I feel like I didn't get drafted, or I didn't get picked up to play at a Division I school out of junior college, was because I focused way more on partying and drinking. Like, I worked my ass off. I did everything that I thought I needed to do, but there's still so much I didn't know, and I focused on partying and drinking. And I was worried about, if I go here, then I won't be able to party over here, you know. I'll be too far from the family, so I won't be able to go back to, you know, family barbecues, all the fucking partying and stuff like that. That's the stuff that I was worried about. That's the stuff I thought about. But you're ahead of the game, and you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you're already, like I said, you're ahead of the game, and you don't have to worry about things like that, and you're not even thinking about things like that. Comparing yourself to people that are doing that, it's like, because, you know, I'm younger and I want to go do these things, and it looks like fun, but
I know it doesn't feel good after.
I
had one night where I was like, ooh, it was my 21st birthday last year. And I was reflecting on that actually yesterday. I was like, for my 21st birthday, just a year ago, I was going to McMenamins with my friends, and we were, their goal was, to get me messed up.
Get blasted,
and then this year, I'm over here running a 5K. I was like, I would never think I'd do that. No. I hated running. Sometimes I still do. But like, listening to the podcast where you were talking about why you run, I was thinking, like, it really has taught me patience, and like to push through the hard times and the pain. Oh my gosh, the pain and the patience with that. It's been huge.
The thing that like I said on that podcast, is for me, running is just really a tool. Like, I know I'm not going to be very, you know, elite at it or anything, you know, but I'll be good in my own respect and what I like to do and what I want to do. But it's really a tool, and it's really helped me with this. Like, running this business has helped me so much because of that. And knowing that, you know, every time that, you know, I'm in a marathon, I'm at mile 20 and I'm already in pain and I'm feeling that, like, I know it's going to go away though. You know, at some point it's going to go away. I just have to keep pushing through it. Like, and that's a big mindset flip that I had from before, where it's like, dude, this is hard.
And it's just pain the whole time.
Yeah, especially like with the business, like, it gets really hard sometimes. And it's like, why am I doing this? You know, why am I even doing this? But it's like that temporary, those little moments where I'm just like, all right, this is just part of it, dude. Like, this is just part of what you signed up for, you know? It's just like, sign up for a marathon, it's gonna hurt at some point. You know, I signed up to run this business, and I'm, you know, moving towards my vision of what it is and what I want it to be. It's not supposed to be easy, you know? If it was easy, everybody would be doing this.
Yes.
Everybody would be trying to do what we're doing. So it's just knowing that, like, if a marathon was easy, everybody would go out there and do it. But only 1% of the world does
Which is
a
so
marathon.
crazy.
It's
That is a crazy thought.
especially with the amount of people we see out there. It's a lot
Yeah,
of people,
I was like,
but-
that was a lot of people just yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
You're like, are they
I
sure
was
it's
like,
1%?
that is not just 1%.
Yeah.
Because I'd be seeing like all the marathon videos and stuff. I'm like, that's
No.
way more than just
Yeah.
1%.
It's a
Looks
lot,
like
but then I'll go to like a food event, out in like Seattle or something. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, there's a lot of people out here, but I don't think any of these people are running.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, so you just that. It's just like you're just in that space.
yes.
So
Yeah.
you see so many people, but it depends on where you're at, right? But yeah,
It's
man,
true.
I think like I've always thought, and I've learned that, you know, like I feel like the most fit people, the people that really take care of their health and really are conscious about what they do to their bodies, understand like how much they can produce in their business as well. Because I feel like it goes all hand in hand. Like if you can wake up in the morning and do the things that you don't want to do, when it comes down to your business, you're gonna just automatically do the things that you don't want to do. I mean, let's talk about like cam scraps. Like, how is every part of your business fun? Like, it's
No.
right. So you have so many things.
Burnout is
like, let me know,
real.
Like, can you imagine all the weeding? Like, I can imagine all the weeding you did with the cricket,
Oh
all
my
that stuff. That
gosh.
stuff's not fun.
That's the fun stuff. What are you talking about?
That's fun for him because he likes to just sit down and.
That's my
Shit.
dad too.
Mhm.
He'll like, they want to do that
Yeah.
for me. I'm like, oh, here you go.
Yeah,
You can do it.
You
By
know?
all means, here you go.
Yeah. So how was that like? So I'd love to go back to the first, like what made you go from doing the American Eagle stuff, like working a regular job, or just graduating high school and then going to American Eagle, working a job, and then just being like, I'm gonna start this. And then what made you push through to keep going, even though sometimes it's like it sucks.
First of all, I was working while there was an incident at the Tacoma Mall. That's
Of
yeah.
course. Yeah, not surprised.
Very Tacoma.
Mhm.
But that got me out of that. And I guess I kind of just was like, well, we're just going to take my business and run with it. Like, I don't want to be at a mall. Like, and I knew I didn't want to do corporate
Mhm.
things. I was like, well, I want to be my own boss. And I don't know what else to do. So we're just going to do
Were
it.
were you doing it already while you were working at the mall?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
had just started it, I think.
Okay, so you just kind of left and went full time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, I started doing more markets and events.
Mhm.
Those are fun.
Yes. But burnout is real,
Mhm.
like, for small businesses. Oh, my gosh. Especially because I do everything. The pictures, the weeding, just creating.
Mhm.
It's
That's a
crazy.
lot,
And then
yeah.
events is so draining sometimes. You're there all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking.
You get no
to-
breaks.
No. And then that's like if you feel comfortable like asking somebody, hey, can you watch my booth while I go to the bathroom? Like half the time I don't even go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
which means I'm not drinking water or eating because I'm trying not to go to the
Oh man,
bathroom.
she knows the struggle.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's
oh
right.
my gosh. Or the hard thing too is when I get placed next to somebody who's food and I'm like, oh my gosh, I
You
just
just sit
want
there and want to eat all day.
Yeah, I did that at the Island Suns event. I was
Yeah.
next to the candy grapes people, and I was like, I just want to eat this all day.
Their stuff.
But that was a fun one. But I have had some not so good markets where I've made like nothing.
Mhm.
Ooh.
But it's just getting my name out there.
Yeah.
It was really helpful having a supportive family because I'd be so down about it. I'm like, I made $0. I was there all day. What is the point of this? That's where I'd question. Like, what am
Yeah.
I doing this for?
Yeah.
I didn't even make my money back for paying for
Oh, yeah,
this
you gotta pay for the
expensive thing.
event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, hello? But they're just saying like you passed out cards, business cards. Maybe that's a customer later on.
Yeah.
Like you're putting your name out there. Don't be discouraged.
Mhm.
So that helped a lot too.
Yeah.
Is just hearing that. That kept me going. And then I'm tattooing, so I'm kind of put Cam's Craft on the back burner for a little bit, but
Ooh, tattooing. How is that like? knowing that what you put on somebody's skin, you got to get it right the first time.
That's
Otherwise,
scary.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's mind-boggling. I don't know if I can handle that kind of pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm already anxious as is, and so I think that was the hardest thing. My mentor always jokes around. She's like, "It's not scary," because I'm like, "Oh, that's scary to do, scary to
You
tackle."
can't just erase it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not like I can just wipe it off.
Oh, shoot. Oh, hold on. Let me see.
I'm thankful for my family who supported that too. Like my first several tattoos, crooked lines,
Yes. Yep.
or not colored in all the way. I think I was scared about, like, my mentor always says, don't be scared of black. And that was my thing. I was like,
Isn't that like the main color of tattooing them?
it's because you got to commit to it. And I'm like, oh, I don't
Oh.
want to commit to that. That's a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I'm putting this on somebody forever.
Yeah.
So my first few tattoos, I look back at it and I'm like, that's not black enough. Like, it's not dark.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I could do better now.
So that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
scary
it's
thought.
still kind of scary sometimes. I just did one on my mom, my first tribal piece. That one was scary just because it was my mom. But
How did
and
you?
it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 4.5 hours.
Oh, that's another thing. It's a grind. You
Oh
can
my
be there for
gosh,
a minute.
I'm so hungry. I crash afterwards. I'm hungry. I'm
It's
tired.
intense focus the whole time.
Yes.
And it's like not something that you can't sit there and be like downing energy drinks because then you
Oh,
start
no.
shaking.
Huh? Get extra lines in there.
Yeah. Like, no, that's part of the track.
Yeah, that's just texture. That's shading technique.
What made you go from? Was it that event that made you start thinking about doing like tattooing, or was it that
No, I
was
was
just
just,
a time that happened?
Myself and Kanoa, my boyfriend, we both got tattooed by Leilani, and I was going to. Mine was only just one and done. Like one session, I was done. His was like a throughout. I think his took about 2 years of just going back every few months, and I'd always go. And then there was one time she was just like, "Hey, do you want to be like an apprentice? You want to shadow under me?" And I was like, "No, what are you talking about? Like, I never want to do that."
Yeah.
And it was about a week after that. Like, I had people like Kanoa, my parents were like, "What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Like, just do it." And I was like, "What?" Like, I'm not gonna tattoo. That's crazy to me. How am I gonna go from crafts to tattooing? That is so different.
That's a different craft.
Yes, but she was Leilani. She was saying like, you're already creative. You're an entrepreneur. You understand the grind that you need to do that, to do this. And so I started. I think she asked me in November, December, and then I started January of last year. So
Okay. Dang, so it's already a little over a year.
yeah,
Oh shoot! I didn't even know it's been that long.
yeah, I know.
You practice like this, the fake skin,
Yeah.
or like the pig skin.
Yeah, just fake skin,
Fake skin.
and then my family.
My brother, my older brother, got his tattoo. He's not official or anything, but I've seen that same thing happen. You get all the equipment, you get the fake
Mhm.
skin, and then friends and family are next.
Yep.
So yeah,
Actually,
he hasn't touched me. I told him he needs at least 10 years experience before he puts ink on my skin.
Actually,
So-
I hadn't practiced before I tattooed my dad,
Oh,
my
no.
stepdad.
You
Yeah.
just say go for it.
She did. My mentor signed me up for it. She was like, "You can do it," and I was like, "What? I haven't held your machine, or
That's
like I don't know the
crazy.
depth of anything. I don't know like anything. Not even fake skin, nothing." And
It's
she,
real skin.
yeah, just first time, just here you go. And I was like, "What?"
That's crazy.
So she left that day off so she could obviously help me, and that was just a wild experience.
That's crazy.
Well, my stepdad, he will tell people like, "You're welcome. I was the one that helped,"
He
because
started, yeah.
because he says I will admit I was a little rough at first.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like anything. You're gonna suck at it.
Yeah.
You just went up there. You started your Picasso all of a sudden. Your very
Yeah, I
first
was
one.
like, yeah, sorry, but now he can get tatted, and it's like whatever.
Yeah. You almost gotta, like, when tattoo artists start out, you almost gotta, like, give them a come back again in a couple years card, and I'll touch up the mistakes I made on your skin.
At least, yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
you know
the
what I mean?
first year, everything I did, and about the first
You
year,
gotta,
I'm like,
you gotta
here
bring
you
them
go.
back. Like, here you go. Come on in.
Come back, please.
I know I
Let
jacked
me
you
fix
up.
that.
I'm better now. I got you. 50% off.
For me to fix it.
Yes, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Dang, so a little over a year with tattoo. So cancer crafts are just.
I still do it. Yeah, I still have all the stuff sitting in the garage.
Yeah.
Just when I have time.
Yeah, the first time I seen your stuff, or the first time you even came through, that was around March, I think, right?
Was it?
Yeah, last year. So I think the first time we met you was when it was here at the shop.
Yes.
Here, right?
I remember signing the flag and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was.
I probably wasn't here.
You were just starting, yeah.
Yes,
you were
yes.
just starting your tattoo and stuff.
And since then, I feel like my parents were like, "You should get on the podcast. You should get to know them." And I'm like, "What now?"
And now look at you.
Yeah.
With all their support, you're just getting through all these little things in life.
They're
so
my
that's really
biggest supporters for sure.
That's
huge.
huge.
I mean, like, yeah,
That's
like,
huge.
just think about all the stuff that you've been doing that seemed uncomfortable to you,
Oh
or
my gosh, yeah.
didn't seem like, I was like, I would not do that. And now you're
There's a
labeling
lot of-
people's bodies.
Yeah, there's a lot of things where I'm like, I would never do that. If you asked me to do that, like even just last year.
Yeah.
You told me last year, "Oh, we're gonna run for your birthday." I'd be like, "Nope."
You're like, no, we're actually not.
Yeah, I mean, that's dope. And you know that, like, especially like you're 22, like just knowing what those little things, those little actions you've taken over time, like how much better and how much you're gonna grow from all that.
Yeah.
Just because, like just most people just wouldn't get themselves uncomfortable like that. They just would not make that jump. And luckily, right, it's nice to have those people that push you, like just go,
Just need that little push.
like we're here, whether you suck at it or
Yes.
not, or whether you want to,
Yeah.
you don't want to do it after you try, but at least
Yes.
try it. And see
Just the other night, we went to a bar to celebrate my auntie,
Mhm.
and I was like, "I'm good. I'm not gonna drink. I have a run in the morning." And everybody's like, "What? You're 22?" It was on my birthday too, so they're like, "Let's drink. It's your birthday." I was
Yeah.
like, "No, I'm good." And they're like, "Are you okay? Like, what? You got some big goals. You're not gonna drink for your 22nd birthday?" I was like, "I don't feel the need to, and I also know if I drink, I'm gonna feel like shit."
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather just not skip out on it, save money too, and feel good tomorrow. And
Yeah. Keep it pushing.
And you learn that it's not. I think it's just FOMO, right? So a lot of
Yeah.
people just get FOMO. So
I had fun not really drinking.
Yeah.
I had like one drink, but it was like,
so you
and water.
have to sit
like,
there and get blasted, like,
Yeah.
just because, like, I mean, and I think it really is that just people just get FOMO. You're like, oh, I can't.
I think that's what
can't
it
have a
is.
good
Yeah, for
time.
me
Yeah.
too. I'm like, I want to do these things, but also I'm like, oh, no, I don't. Like,
Yeah.
a part of me is like, you're 22, you should do these things. Like, you hear all these people, like my parents,
Yeah,
they
of
have
course,
these
yeah.
stories, and I'm like, oh, well, here I am, like,
But-
not doing these things, but I'm also doing healthier things and
Yeah.
making big moves for myself at a young age. So,
Which, not a lot of young people do.
Yeah.
They're into the scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there. I'm not gonna act like I was fucking. I
So
was
were my
there and I
parents,
was
it's
there.
okay.
Yeah. And that's why I just say like because I know what it feels like, and it's just like it is FOMO. It is like I want to be a part of the fun times and all the
Mhm.
crazy stuff that can happen if we all get drunk, but it's also like a lot of things come from that too. Like you're making those decisions. Like there's a lot of shit you can do that you might regret. There's a lot of decisions you can make during those times where you're just blasted. You don't even remember what the hell happened, but make yourself look like a jackass, hurt somebody.
You just make
Hurt
yourself
yourself.
look stupid.
I never got into drinking, but I also didn't do anything else after that. So I really just didn't do anything.
Yeah, and then, I mean, it's nice to hear that you're just not even having to do that stuff, even with people, trying to egg you on to do it, and just having that full power through. Because it was very hard for me. Like I had a tough time trying just getting rid of that habit because I did it for so long, but it really felt like really big wins when I did like
Make
say
it through.
no. Yeah, when I said like when I'm around a lot of people and they offer me a drink, I'm good. And then it's very easy after that. Like after you do it a couple times, it's like I can't survive. I
Uh-huh.
can I can
can
still
do
have a
it.
good time.
Yeah.
And then you start and it's like that. Like you just start thinking about like I want to try and do this because it's like for me it's always looking at, and it's like no hate on anybody. It's just like for me understanding the life that I want in front of me, the future that I want, and the things that I have to do to get there, and knowing that I can't do what everybody else is telling me to do because they don't know what it's like to get there. And I know these little habits that I've taken have gotten me to a certain point. And if I continue those habits, they can keep getting me further. But if I break that and follow the habits of what other people are doing, I'm just going to get what they're getting.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not,
exactly.
it's hard. I think for most people, it is really hard to understand that. Just that piece alone is like when people, like when society tells you to be something, it's very easy to fall into that because you want to be comfortable. You don't want to be labeled the outcast.
Yes.
You know, it really gets to people's like souls, man. Like
it's gotten to me a couple times, like feeling like I don't want to feel like the oddball.
Yeah.
Because I am sometimes.
Yeah. But that's the
But I'm
part
okay
of it.
with it. I've grown to be okay with it.
And that's the part of it. Like just understanding, like you're unique. Like you're your own person. You get to do whatever you want. Like you get to make the decision, and it doesn't matter what road you choose, whatever way you go. Like there are going to be people that are like you. Like it doesn't matter how, like however, whatever decisions you want to make, and then things the habits that you have or you want to do. Like there's going to be people along that path that are going to come along and be like, I'm about that life too. You know, and that's the best part of it. And then, but initially, you're not going to, initially when it happens, when you start that, nobody's going to be there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lonely road. It's fucking a lonely road. It's really hard. But
sure.
Once there's a point in time when God is going to send those people to you. And I've experienced that. And I've told those people that, you know, that have come along, like who I think they are, that God sent me. And I appreciate the hell out of it because during those times, it is lonely as hell. And it's like, why? Why do I have to go through this? Why is it taking so long? You know, why am I by myself? I'm just trying to be good. But when it comes, and when they come, my God, it's like a train that just can't be stopped after that. You know, and you can just achieve so much more once you get those people along. You are one of those people that have come along. You know, like MB Run Club. MB Run Club is really, it means a lot to me. Like just being able to finally get out, and gather people, and you know, do something that our people don't do. Like our people just don't gather to run. Our people only gather to eat and drink. Like that's really it. And celebrate, you know, I mean, you celebrate birthdays or whatever, stuff like that, but that's the same thing, eating and drinking.
Yes.
But people won't gather
to do something healthy and good for themselves.
Yeah. Or hard.
Yes. Hard. Yes.
And that's like a big thing that I'm glad we start off with like 35 people. Like
that was an awesome turnout.
Yeah.
The first one.
It was great, you know? And it's like crazy to see like even that we have that many people that would come out and join us. But I didn't know that was gonna happen when I was doing fucking hundreds of miles by myself, you know? And just to know that after all those hundreds, thousands of miles of lonely runs, you know, I come in here and then God sends me all these people I get to run with, you know, that day. So it's like, for me, this is the idea for me. It's just, you should just keep on that journey and stick on that path because you're already way ahead of it. You don't have to be fucking 36 years old, you know, for all this to happen. You can be 24 when it all happens for you, you know? And it's like, I just wish and hope that more people would open their eyes to that fact because I just hate seeing what happens to our people. Like just because they give up on dreams too early. They think that they need to be a part of what everybody else is doing just to not feel like an outcast. When you just take those little steps and it's like, look, if those people don't love you, those people don't love you because you're not like them. It is what it is, you know. You'll find your people. Your people will come. But it's hard.
Be okay with being lonely sometimes.
Yeah. And that's a really hard thing for a lot of people. It's really hard for people to be by themselves and really hard for them to have to listen to the stories they tell themselves. And
I can go get lunch by myself. Like, I'm cool being by myself. Like, I've learned to just, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you spend a lot of time, especially like, you spend a lot of time on your craft, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
Like doing that, like, you have to, there's a lot of things, I mean, you running even just camp scraps, right? Like, that's a lot of, I'm sure you had a lot of time where you're just by yourself. And you're just getting ready for events, getting ready for, you know.
Setting up by myself, breaking down by myself. Yeah. It's a blessing when I have, like, nor my parents with me, but I'm used to just doing it by myself. Yeah. I have people ask, of course, if I need help. I'm like, no. I need to know how to do this on my own. I know the first few times was like, oh gosh, super stressful, but now I set up in like 15 minutes. I'm good. But I'm okay being by myself. I know some people my age, they're like, I could never, like, I need somebody to be with me. And I'm like, oh no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can drive by myself. I like that I can be independent. Yeah. That's how I thank my mom for that.
Yeah.
She raised me to be very independent.
I don't need no man.
Yeah. Sorry, Canoa.
I don't need no man if you don't want to be here. No.
No, it'd be like that sometimes. I'm like, I can just do it myself. And Canoa's like, no. I'm like, why? I can do it.
Yeah. He's trying to save you energy.
Yeah.
He's like, so when you're doing the event stuff, was he like talking to people too? Or
No.
that's exactly why he was there to help you, because he can do that stuff. You talk to the people.
Yeah.
He does. Yes, that's
He's the
exactly.
muscle.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
does. He usually works, so he'll come set up, or if he's not there to set up, he'll come and break down. He will do the heavy lifting, but I'm there with the people. Like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
He's just the one in the corner, like don't
Security
talk
at
to
that
me.
point.
Yeah,
Once
he
everyone's
really
set up,
is. He's
security.
like, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm the people person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have that's what the team is. That's what
Yes,
the
for
team
Everybody
sure.
has their strengths.
Yes, my
Yeah.
parents, they're the ones who can go out and they'll be the ones passing out my cards. I don't do that.
Okay.
If you come to my table, I can talk to you, but
Yeah.
like they'll be ones to. They're very outgoing, especially my dad. He'll like, hey guys, and like just the other night at the bar, he got me a couple clients for tattoos, and
Oh, man.
I was like, what the heck?
Oh, man.
It's making you money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's making you
Start
money.
getting
Because at the
bookings.
end of the day, it's getting him money too.
Yeah,
There you go. Get the referral.
Yes.
The referral
Just make sure you give them this ticket when you get it.
Yeah. Just use that
Initials on
code.
the back, yeah.
Just use
Just
that
use
code.
this
That's
code.
on that card.
He loves it. He can get free tattoos whenever he wants.
Oh,
There you go.
The family loves that.
There you go.
I mean, that.
That's incentive right
Yeah,
there.
that's fucking pretty good incentive.
Yeah.
It's funny because I got this tattoo on my leg. It's bad, but it was when I was in the army. My platoon name was Cowboys from Hell. It was CFH, and we were fucking proud. Like we were a proud group of guys, and we were all pretty tight knit. And that time I was like private, and our sergeant, he just started. My team leader, he just started tattooing. He was doing all the
Oh,
basic
man.
stuff.
I don't know how you guys do that, man.
And all of us one night, he was just like, "Yeah, I started tattooing. You
Oh,
guys
God.
want to CFH tattoos?" Oh, fucking man. Yeah, let's go. He's like, just it's $20 just to pay for the the equipment. I was like, all right. So I was like his first dude he ever put a tattoo on. He tattooed himself that night too. So he tattooed like 4 of us, and then tattooed his own leg doing the same thing. And then yeah, my wife always gives me shit for this one. I'm like, hey, look, this is-
At least there's a memory behind that.
yeah,
There's a story behind
That's what my dad says. He wanted to be the first person that I tattooed. So he can always say, oh, I have her very first tattoo.
Yeah.
He
Oh, yeah.
shows it off too. I'm like, no,
Customer
don't
number one.
do that. Like,
Yeah.
don't look at it. Don't look too close. I always tell him, don't
Okay,
look
good.
too close. Don't look too close.
Don't put a microscope or
Yeah.
a microscope or a fucking magnifying
Yeah,
glass.
yeah. I'm
On
like,
it.
please don't.
Is that your first tattoo?
No,
Oh.
I had a couple before. Like,
Oh.
some big ones. Yeah.
Do you have tattoos?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I have a
I don't
whole
know.
leg piece and then
Oh,
some
dang.
random ones on my arm.
Who did you like these?
One was Brandon back in Hilo, and then Lay, my mentor, did the other one.
Okay.
They like connect. My first piece was on my thigh, and it's like that big.
Yeah.
Dang.
Suck.
Yes, because I was by myself. My dad was supposed to be there, but he got called in. He's security guard at an elementary school, and of course, that morning, somebody broke into the school,
Oh.
and so he dropped me off and was like, "Sorry, I'll be back." And by the time he came back, it was done. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah,
Like,
so I'll be back.
yeah, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that was so painful." But Brandon's a good guy. He's just very heavy-handed,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
so it hurt. And that was my first ever tattoo. So.
Yeah. And then when you get the lighter handed people, like it feels nice.
It's
Yeah,
different,
going
yeah.
to Lay afterwards, I was like, oh, it was a breeze.
Mhm.
But Kana, he was like, are you okay? Because I was just like knocked out and just chilling. He was like, how are you doing this? And I'm like, I don't know. I had a very rough first experience, so
You set the bar high.
yeah.
You know what we need to do?
Mm.
We need to get Cam and Annie in here.
Oh,
We have
yes.
like some big event. Just hold some big event. And get them to do like flash
Flash,
tattoos with the MB
yes.
logo.
Yes. Yes.
Just roll little ones?
Yeah, just little MB tattoos.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, man. Have you seen like all the people? That shit. That's one reason why like I could never quit. I could never quit NB. because
Oh yeah.
like the fact that like how
People been
some
inked
people
up.
have like MB tattoos on them.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And I just think about like, dude, I could never do that to people. Like you tatted this because you believe in it, and I'm gonna make sure that what you
Yes.
believe in stands. Like I could.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think about it a lot. And sometimes like I think God just sends a reminder. Like I'll be like kind of like down on stuff, doubting and everything, and then I'll be scrolling through the feed, and then one of the guys pop up and big ass war club tattoo on their arm or their leg. I'm like, oh, you ain't going nowhere, son. It's like, stop thinking
It's
stupid.
a good reminder.
Yeah. I love it though, man. Like that shit, like for that to even be a thing is it's crazy.
It is wild.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It's wild.
Because I used to just be so super proud of like, and I fucking super proud of it now. Just like just seeing like people their profile pictures and their NBRC and stuff like even that. Like before when we first started, we're just like, oh, you see the she has a MB hoodie on, and it's her profile picture. Like, well, that's crazy. Now we see it a lot more often, but it's like still like when I see it, I'm just like, this is
The first time I ever had somebody recognize me as Cam's Crafts, I was like, wait, what?
Hey, wait a minute.
And I was with family too, and I was like, guys, did you hear that? Like,
Yeah.
what?
They know me. What's up?
Like, I'm famous.
Yeah. It's like, go ahead and put me on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Yeah, that's dope, man. And it's nice. Like, and it's just and I think it's just the just staying on the path, like for real. Like it's so easy. It's so easy to like give up on stuff because it gets hard. And I think this week too, I've really felt that. I've really seen it so damn much. Like I don't know, because I'm not as like active because I haven't been able to really work out or run this week. So I've kind of been on the feed a little more than usual. So I'm just like watching people and I'm just like, dude, it is so crazy because like 2 months ago you said you were going to do this and you're not even doing it. You already quit. Like it's crazy to me that people start stuff and quit stuff so easily. Like one obstacle. Like it's like, what did you expect to happen?
Yeah.
Did you really expect that it was going to be easy?
If it was easy, everybody would have their own business and do
Yeah.
all these things.
It's like you just look back. I mean, you think about it. Like, how long has it? So you started Campcraft in 19?
At 19.
At 19, right?
Yeah.
And it's your 22. So only like 3 year span, right? So 3 year span. How many people do you know started something like
Oh,
a
a
business or
lot.
something and then quit?
Yeah, there's quite a few. Like meeting people at markets, and then next thing you know, I see them like either
Hey,
they
how's it
go
going?
silent
Yeah.
on their socials or they just disappear.
Yeah.
Like, they go. And sometimes I'll think of like random people, like, oh, I wonder where they went.
Yeah.
And then their Instagram's gone. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, they're just done, I guess.
Yeah.
I think because a lot of times, like people think it's so many people know me, so it's gonna be easy. It's not how this shit works.
Nah.
That doesn't mean they're gonna buy shit from
No.
you.
Yeah.
Like that's just not how this shit works. Like there's so many like you have to think of all the time like when you were doing Camps Crafts, right? How were you selling stuff? Like when you initially started, like okay, just taking pictures or taking a video of something, it might have worked with family and friends, right? But for you to expand that, you have to get better at your content. Get better at
That and the events, like going out there, pushing myself to,
Mhm.
because I used to be like an introvert. Like I did not want to talk to people,
Yeah.
which is so wild because they're like now people who
Mhm.
knew me, they're like, you would not start your own business. How are you
Yeah.
talking to people doing these things? And I think that is how I expanded, was just getting out. And
Like
because
networking.
at a certain point, family can only support so much. You
Yeah.
gotta
Yep.
get out and get other customers. So
Yeah.
that was, markets were a huge one.
Yeah, and that's
They're
uncomfortable, right? Like it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
It's like I'm introverted too. Like but I know it doesn't seem like it's because I speak out to like everybody here. But
That does bother my mind because he says he is, but
Yeah,
there's a
I'm
part
like,
of him that's not. Yeah.
But for
You
me,
know?
the thing is because like I enjoy the company of people. I really
Yeah.
do. But at the same time, I really like being alone. I really
Me
enjoy being alone.
too.
But it also like I get drained from it. Like when we go to events and
Like
we
your
do
social
stuff,
battery.
my social battery is
Oh,
drained.
major.
I don't get anxiety, but about it, like going to like events and stuff like that, it's just if I didn't have to like talk to people, I would. You know what I mean? Like I would.
Yes.
I just because I enjoy like hearing everybody's experience. I love having conversations, but I also love having like more valuable conversations.
Yes.
Not just for me. It's like
yeah.
Yes.
it's hard for me like to go through conversations that are like kind of.
Just for shallow based,
like
yeah.
shallow surface level
That's
stuff. Yeah, it's really
hard, yeah. Because growing up in Puyallup, and I do most of my markets in Puyallup, and I'll come across classmates, and I know the conversation is not genuine compared to a random person I just met like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I know these classmates talking to me. I'm like, I know you don't care.
Yeah.
You just see me and you feel obligated to talk to me. Like,
Yeah, that's a fake conversation. The whole time.
I'm like, that's what drains me, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I could be talking to a customer, but here I am having this dumb conversation because I know we both don't want to have.
Remember that time? Do you remember that time?
I'm like, I know we both don't want to be talking right now.
Yeah. I'm just like that. No joke. I'm just like that. Yes. And it's like sometimes I already know, like at events, it's like, especially like people that I've known from the past. It's like I already know what we're gonna talk about. So I try.
Or I'll be like,
dude.
somebody talk to me.
Yeah. Like, dude. But I really do like it, like getting and making sure people are good.
Oh yeah.
I really, like that's important to me. Like every time we go to like Labor Days or we have events, like the big events like Labor Day and like Mariana's Festival, stuff like that. I like checking in on people, seeing how they're doing, stuff like that. But it's just like it does take a toll on you. Like,
I knocked out after.
Yeah.
Like I just want to go to sleep.
You're on your feet all day. All stuff like that. Like, it's
Maybe that's why drinking goes hand in hand with it, because
yeah,
you let go of that part of your your thought process.
Yeah, I would say it's a big deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
It just kind of frees you
Yeah.
from being uncomfortable about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's helped out a lot for me, like because like even just the stuff like talking in front of people, like I felt like I had to grow into that just to do stuff like that. And I mean, like every level. That's why I always say every time we do something, every time, like even the podcast, I think just coming onto the podcast, speaking on the podcast, and just sharing, it brings you to another level, or it helps you get to the next level of whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So like this helps with us being able to communicate better, speak and learn from other people and learn about different experiences. So that the same conversation we're having here, when we get out there at events, I can kind of dive in a little better than if I normally would if I didn't do something uncomfortable like this. Like even when we first talked about even just starting the podcast, we were like, I don't know what we're gonna talk about, bro. And I don't know what.
I didn't even think he was serious, to be honest. And then we started buying the stuff, and it's like, here we go.
Yeah.
Episode 1 was rough.
It was
It was rough.
awkward.
Yeah.
It was all of that. But
Your intro was totally different.
yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
It was
If you're watching this now, go back to one and watch that. It was terrible.
It was
But
terrible.
But it took that
Yes.
to even just get to the point that we're at now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and that goes into all of that. Just like being willing to look stupid. And
Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Like-
be okay with being different and being stupid. Yeah. Looking stupid.
Yeah. And like you go out and you do your first event and it's like, you don't
Oh
know
my
what
gosh.
Tell us about your first event.
Oh
How'd that
my
go?
gosh.
Your
That
first
was
ever.
at Ruston, I think in July. My setup was so different, and I know I was panicked. I was in a corner. The turnout was not as good as we thought it would be,
Mhm.
but it was my first event. I had to be graceful with that. But just at that one event, I made a friend that I still talk to till this day, and I think that event opened my eyes to really be like, you can really meet some great people.
Yeah.
And also meet interesting customers. Like some of the questions like they were asking, I was like, what? Why would you ask that?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know.
Like what? They ask you.
Like
if you
they
can
just
make certain things.
Yeah. Throughout like the last couple of years, I just had like some random. I can't think of any, but I know there's even things my parents were like, what did they just?
Yeah.
There's
There's
just
some
awkward
weird person
people. I
down
know
in Ruston
I'm
just-
awkward, but man, some people are.
Maybe that's what it was.
weird.
Maybe they're just awkward. They didn't know what to say. They just said
Yeah.
something.
It'd be bold.
Or, because I used to, like, customize Starbucks cups. I used to have people like, you can't do that. That's illegal.
Oh,
and I'm like,
gosh.
what?
So
I'm
let
not
me
gonna-
worry about that. You don't tell me.
And I'm like, I don't think that's for you to worry about. But
Or Karens.
I'm like, I'm also not the only one in here, first of all, or the only one on social media doing this stuff. But
Yeah.
So what did you do, like, when you're trying to build, like, Cancer Crafts, right? What were you doing to make you stand out from all? Because there are a lot of people that do it, right? What were you doing to try and make yourself stand out from the others?
I have no idea. I was kind of just.
You kind of just
Just
fall in
doing it.
line and just
Yeah,
doing
I
what you
was kind
see.
of just doing what I see, and at one point I was just gonna fit in and just see what I could do. I know starting out with stickers, I was doing different kind of stickers. Like I was doing like local stickers and decals of like local things, like because obviously in Puyallup you're not gonna see those things and like island related things. But then I also had to learn I don't make sales on that stuff, so I don't know. I just followed other people, seeing what they were doing, other businesses too, like kind of seeing what works for them. And I don't really know.
Yeah,
I just
I mean
went
that
with
makes
the
sense too
flow.
that you would want to do that, right?
I
You
just
wanna
go
kinda
with the
go
crowd.
the path first, and then you can see what.
Yeah,
you can
I
do to
kind of just
separate.
went with the crowd.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of local stuff in Puyallup. Maybe there is now, but when
You're closer to Spanaway, but I feel like Spanaway there's nothing but.
But just like selling it.
it was in
Oh.
Puyallup, downtown Puyallup.
Was
I
it
would
that
do
Puyallup market?
Yeah,
by
the-
the fairgrounds, kind of close.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
Puyallup night market in the pavilion by the library is.
Yeah,
I was
that's
doing
a cool
those.
spot.
Yeah, but you get a lot of white people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
you're
my
just
stuff
not your
wasn't.
customer.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I had
I see
to.
what you're saying.
That was a big thing. Was learning my
Yeah, you need to
like
go
the
further
customers.
south for that.
yes.
Just going to the right places. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. So you're going. It's like, so like your market was naturally Islander market, right? Like your people that you would sell to because you're doing logo. mean,
I would
logo,
like
but,
to. So like Island Suns, that was a great event because I was able to bring out like my local stuff.
Yeah.
That's been sitting because they don't sell at Puyallup markets.
Yeah, true.
But I think that was the biggest thing, was just learning how to adjust to the crowd too.
Yeah.
Like certain markets, I won't bring some things because I know
it's not
that
gonna
they're-
move.
Yeah. No, just
Yeah. No, I mean,
learning the
that's part of it.
community, learning the people, learning the crowd. I mean, the crowd's always going to be different, but like depending where you go, and some nights it'll be way different than what you think or what it usually is. But I just go with what I'm used to at this point. Like if I do the Puyallup Night Market, I know it'll be more white people, so I'm not gonna bring my like Hawaiian stuff or like Guam stuff.
Yeah.
There are times where I can sell that stuff, but I'm like,
Yeah, and you don't want
Makes
to bring
sense.
everything like right. Like it's like bringing everything that you know it's gonna sell, and then you know it's
Yeah.
for that market. And then if there's any like outliers, like people that they do want the Guam stuff, they
Yeah.
do want
That's
the-
where I give them my card.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly
Here you
right.
go.
You can send
Bring it to the
like,
site.
I do have that.
Yeah.
You can find it here.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, what are some other things? Because that was a great point that you just made about learning that whole concept of you go out your first time, you don't know what the hell you're gonna do or what you're bringing
Bro,
or
that
what's gonna
was
sell.
crazy.
You lost money on that first one.
You lose money, right?
Yeah.
That's a lesson learned.
The
right there.
first few markets, I feel like it was losing money because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
First, I feel like almost a year, I was like, but the first few times I did profit, I was like, oh my gosh, like, Mom, let's go get dinner. Like, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
It was nice like that, where I was like, this is why I do that. And the most recent one I did, Island Suns, that was a great event. The turnout was awesome. And I was like, this is why I do stuff like this. But then I can turn around and go to another crappy market. And I'm like, why do I do this again?
Just constantly questioning
Yeah, it's
yourself.
constantly like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's always up and down. That's the part. That's really the journey. That's why so many people just stop doing it.
Oh, yeah.
That they expect that once you go up, then it's
Yeah.
always going to be up.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not like
no.
that.
That was a major thing I had to learn.
Have we had any down ones before? We've had some where we're like just barely broke even. Yeah. A couple of markets or a couple of pop-ups we've done,
I mean, not really.
but for the most part, it's been all right.
Yeah, we do okay because I only select going to certain places.
ones.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be someone that like.
We're not going to show up to the Puyallup market.
Yeah, like you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm not doing stuff like that. Like even to go to like okay, like the Puyallup Fair says, if Puyallup Fair wants to take you, even that, like that's not. You have way too many people walking around, and yes, there are a lot of islanders that go there, but that's not like I don't think a place.
It's not the
that-
main one.
Yeah, it's like I want to be in a very what do you call it?
Saturated island
Saturated.
heavy.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Place.
That's our customer.
Learning
Yeah.
to say no to markets too were huge. Like I just turned down Meeker Days because it just
Just right
wasn't.
over here.
No, Meeker Days is in Puyallup. It's a 3-day event. It's graduation weekend, so I can't go because my sister-in-law is graduating this year. But I'm like, I don't feel the need to go.
Yeah.
And Like things are getting expensive too.
Oh, that's
And
good.
like
So-
markets that I used to do that were cheap, now they're expensive. I'm like, oh no, I'm good. They asked me to come back. I'm like, I'm okay.
Mm.
I mean,
Not
unless
this
they're
time.
free. I mean,
Yeah, but no. Something like I've done the Polyfests at the Auburn Mall, and that one was not it. You would think it would be,
Yeah.
but no,
we did that one, right?
it was
Yeah.
not it
Yeah,
for
that's what
me.
we thought. So when we did that one, I remember first off before even going there, like I thought it was a big one. I was like, dude, I can't wait till we can do something like that. Because when we went to our first ones, like was it Spanaway Island Fest? I think it was. Like we were the little guys in the back,
Little
you know, like,
guy.
and we saw like
Our first one was at the softball field in.
well, yeah, not that. That was
It was man. Yeah, you got to see a picture. I'll show you later.
But so like we went to Spanaway Island Fest. That was like our first big one, and we were still really small. But we had people that came through. We got a little. That was one that we just probably just broke even. We didn't really do very well, but we were out there, and you just kind of exposed yourself. And then after that, I mean, what did we do?
We've done like rocked a lot, right? Or,
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that one.
So I
Oh.
saw. Yeah. So we saw. Who's that?
Via?
brand?
Or a brand?
No. Who's the brand that we saw that? Because I actually invited them to come on the pod too, but I just haven't gotten
The
back.
Samoan brand? Or no?
Chiu brand. Yeah,
Oh.
Chiu Life. Yeah, Chiu Life. They were there and they had 10 by 20, and I was like, dude, that's
Yeah, that's big.
dope, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's
they had so much gear, like, and I was like, dude, I hope one day we get to that point because we were super brand new. Like, we barely knew what the hell we were doing still. And then, at that time I'm thinking like, Rock the Lot's too big for us, bro. There's no way nobody can buy our stuff, And then we get to Rock the Lot, like we finally get in, like, all right, we're gonna do this, and we get in there. We did pretty well, like, not like crazy amazing like we have at other events, but we did pretty well. And the best part, like you said, right, it's not always about like just the profits. And I always think that the biggest part of getting out there is the exposure, because we
Yeah.
have so many people that went from buying like a shirt or something from us on there, and now they're still customers. That's 2 years ago or something like that. They're still customers of ours, and they stick with us. And it's like, I think it's cool because they got to meet who's behind it, and they know like about us, and we share all this stuff. They follow us, watch us, stuff like that. And it's just part of the whole process of them knowing like the brand that they're following, the brand that they're supporting. But yeah, I remember Rock the Lot was not our best one, like not profits wise, but like revenue wise and sales wise, but it was a very good one based off the people that we met there. We met some really good people there that have been supporters of us since, and it's been pretty damn cool.
Have you ever had an event that like blew it out the water? Like it was a random small event, but it was like awesome. I had a couple of those.
Which one's those?
It's at like when Kanoa's school, they do a tournament. They just plot me in like the hallway, and because all the parents and kids, they see things and they're like, ooh, and it's, of course, I'm the only one there that's doing something other than like, it's like food, like the concessions, the parents doing the concessions, or there's like the shirts, like one guy doing the tournament t-shirt kind.
They make so much money.
Yes, oh my gosh,
Dude,
so much money.
bro. Go ahead and finish your story. After.
And I just have random little cups and stuff and taekwondo little things, and I make so much more money than I would think I would. Like the first time I was like, what?
Yeah. Like you just didn't expect it at all.
Yeah. Plus, because it's family, right?
Yeah.
They didn't act. It was a free event for me, and we're here making money, and I'm like, what? I thought I was
This is
making like,
working?
yeah. I was like, I didn't think I was gonna make money. And the last one I did musubis too.
Oh, I can't go wrong with that. though.
Oh my gosh, all the kids like or the parents too, but the kids who didn't eat or they're waiting for a long period of time. Oh my gosh, this must be sold so fast.
Yeah.
Gone.
These kids, man, these kids will eat that up. It don't matter where they're from. They never even heard of it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Eat that
this?
up.
Yeah. And
Just try it.
yeah. A lot of them, what's this? I'm like, try it. I promise you'll be back. And a lot of them came back for more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy to see people coming back, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to the tournament thing, bro. So these guys are out there with the heat press, right? Out there with the heat press, they're selling t-shirts and
Like hoodies.
So for Andre's
Like
wrestling,
event.
Andre's wrestling tournament last year, bro, I was watching this guy and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I know how much those prints cost to get made, and I know like you have a good heat press, right? We have that. It's like, dude, this guy's charging $65 for a hoodie that he just pressed.
Yeah.
today. Like,
Yeah.
and people are just
Oh
coming
my
up
gosh!
Yeah.
As a
buying.
business owner, knowing the cost of these
Yeah.
things, I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, you
Yeah.
suck.
You're good though, because you know, like they're gonna buy it.
Oh
And
yeah, that's a smart thing to
And
do.
that's something that I learned, and that was a big key that I took away, which is like, you know, when you're a business owner, you start seeing all this and you start understanding is that people are there, right? So they're already there. They're not, and then it's something they want to take away from that event,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna buy it. It doesn't matter what the price is. Like,
It's like
I mean, unless it's
Yeah.
ridiculous,
Yes.
right? Even
Yeah.
that is ridiculous to me. But I was like,
But that's
All
about
right.
market value for a hoodie on a lot of brands.
yeah, but that's like, bro, that shit was not. Bro,
It was
I buy the hoodies and everything. I know how much this shit.
No, but I'm
is.
saying
It's not
like
a quality
you look at other sites, they're charging $60 for a hoodie.
Well, yeah.
So that's something that's not too far off for them.
But it's not like it's not like
I
a
know.
brand though. Either,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
right? What I mean, it's like that guy nobody knows that dude or his
Yeah.
brand. Like he's just out there selling fucking shit with
I'm
other
like,
people's names
yeah.
on it. Like
He
the kids
didn't have a brand. It was just a kid with a heat press.
More
and
of a
prints.
service.
I was like, what the?
and it's like they want to buy it because of the memory. So like
Yes.
that's something that I took from when I saw that and I thought about this guy is the only one here doing this. You know, he has no competition, right? So everybody's gonna buy it from him. He can charge whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And people will buy it. And
Yep.
this is something that, because it's a memory plaque, right? These kids do these tournaments in 7th grade, 8th grade, so they want to remember that they wrestled in the tournament in 8th grade. So the parents will buy that shit, $65, $70 hoodie. That's not even good looking. Andre don't even wear that thing no more, bro. He wore it like for 2 weeks and then that was it. But I fucking bought it for him. But it's like that. And
I
then
need to remember that for next year for this guy.
yeah. And remember like how I used to do $10 tees and $20 hoodies at events. And I was like, we want to bring the prices down, get people to, you know, get their gear.
That was me too.
and
I
everything.
used to do that too.
You know, just get the brand out there. It was brand awareness for me at the time. And then after seeing what that guy did and knowing that, you know, our brand has grown a little bit, it's like, then last year we kind of stuck to, okay, we'll have deals, but we're sticking to the prices that we have because we're already cheaper than most brands. Like we're not selling cheaper with less quality. We're
Mhm.
selling cheaper, but you still get good
Yeah.
quality from our stuff. And I was like, dude, we're gonna leave it at the prices that we have it. Like we're not gonna drop it down anymore. And if they want it, they want it. If they don't, they don't. But we know either way the stuff our brand sells at this point. There's just more awareness and stuff like that. But that guy was very good because he's in the right place. And we just gotta know we gotta be at the right places, right time, stuff like that. But we've had some really cool events that, I mean, there's some that we thought, oh, it's gonna be good. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I've had that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pumped for this one. Make nothing, or just like make
Break
break
even.
even. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah, it sucks when because there's so much that's put into it. You're right, like setting up and gathering it. Like we basically used to take the whole shop, like
Yeah.
take all this stuff out, take it to wherever the event is. But like we did, if you haven't, you should check out Mariana's Festival. I don't know if you're
Down in Oregon?
yeah. We did that one last year.
I haven't gone to that yet.
I was saying last year was the first year they did it,
Oh,
and it was big. It was really actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. But a really good event. Only problem was the internet kind of was in and out.
Signal's
there.
bad in that area.
It was rough. Like
Hopefully they get Starlink this year then.
yeah,
Did
that's
you
where
guys hear that? Starlink.
that's where you have to really work on your customer service
Oh,
because
yeah.
people are sitting there waiting for
Yeah.
your internet
My
to connect and stuff. And it's
Gosh.
like, lucky
That's-
everybody was nice because you know they
yes.
understood.
They
Like,
understood.
even their cell phones weren't working.
It's
but
always so awkward when I'm like, sorry, and
Yeah,
I'm like
the pressure's
awkwardly
on.
holding my
Yeah.
phone. like
yeah, but that was a really good event. A lot of people came out. I didn't even expect it to be as big as it was, but we did really well on that one. But I mean, softball tournaments too crazy.
Yeah,
softball is
the
kind of
Labor Day tournament trips me out. How much people pull up.
it's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Those are the ones we go to and they just keep coming back.
Yeah.
Like they came, bought a hoodie, bought a hat, come back, buy a sweater, you know, just all kinds of more shirts. It's kind of cool to see.
I didn't think it was gonna be that big the first time I went. And I was like,
Which one did you go to?
I think it was the one here.
The Labor Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tacoma. A couple of years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
It's gonna be here at the same place again this year.
Oh, really?
So if you got a booth for whatever, get out there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, our people like definitely during events. Our people support. Them
Oh, yeah.
their people's businesses. So it's definitely good times.
Yes.
But yeah, man. What you looking at, dude?
No, just making sure.
Make
Sure, we're still rolling. You know,
thought you
technical
checking-
difficulties on the last one.
Make sure the thing's recording. Shoot.
I'm always glancing to see, make sure they're on.
So what kind of other stuff like have you like learn from going through running your business, and even just expanding, like just going from cam straps to okay, I'm gonna go try tattoo. What's the stuff that you've learned that is gonna help you down the road, like stacking those little experiences that's like, okay, yeah. Somebody out there might be watching and thinking like, oh, this might help me.
I think just being graceful with myself, being nice and kind to myself, because a lot of the times I'm a perfectionist. So if I don't like something, I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's hideous. But like other people are like, that's gorgeous, and I'm like, what? I think I just have to realize like I'm only a year in, especially to tattooing, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be perfect. It's okay. Like even the best tattooers can make mistakes, and just be nice to myself. I'm so mean in my head.
You're
Like,
the worst critic. Right?
Yes, for sure. I'm always hating on my arm. I'm staring at my tattoos, like the pictures, and I'm like, I could have done this better. But for the next time, I know what I'm doing better. So there's its pros and cons. Like it pushes me to be better,
To
but
wanna
at
do
the
better.
but at the same time, I'm like, I should probably be a little nicer to myself.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm running, I'm like telling myself, like, don't be a bitch. Like, come on, keep going.
No, you should do that.
Come on.
You should do that. That helps. I do that. I call myself a bitch.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's part of it. But that's part of growth. Because some people might take that out the wrong way, like being nice to myself or being graceful. They can turn that into an excuse for it to stop or not try to get
Not
better.
like that.
Give yourself too much grace.
Yes.
It's like understanding
Finding
you're
a
gonna make mistakes.
happy medium.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Like, find knowing you're gonna make mistakes, but at the same time you don't want to make that mistake.
Yes,
twice, right?
yes.
Like
Learn from it.
Yeah,
Yes.
learn from it.
There's
learn from
always
it.
something to learn
Mhm.
from
Yeah.
even every single tattoo. There's always something.
Mhm.
My mentor always asks, so what did you learn? And if there's something I'm like, I don't know, I thought I did pretty good, she'll be like, let's talk about it. Like, let's really
She's
look
gonna
at
point
it.
it out,
Yeah. I'm like, oh,
Because you also don't know what you don't know.
yeah,
you know?
exactly. So there's something where I'm like,
Yeah, that's where the levels of experience come in, right? Because like a lot of times people might think like it's like when somebody says it's like somebody that's starting their like fitness journeys and stuff like I'm fast or like they've been in for like 2 weeks or something like doing their stuff and it's like strong, I do good, like stuff like that. It's like, bro, but there's people that have been doing this forever. They can help you out. You don't know what you could be,
Yes.
like you know what I'm saying, or how good you could actually be, or how strong you actually could be. You don't know that, so you think you're good, but there's more that you can.
I'm humble with that. I know I'm not good.
No, but I'm just using it as an example, like just because you just don't know.
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't know,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just that. But I'm not trying to like shit on people's stuff.
Especially with running. Oh, I know I'm not good. Oh my gosh.
But you keep on it, you'll get there slowly.
Yeah.
You'll get better. It gets a little better.
Like I mean, this guy, the same thing. Like this idea of
You inspired me. You did
275
the marathon. I was
Yeah.
like, man.
Yeah.
I was like, if Mark can do it, I better get my
Yeah.
butt to it too.
But
And I started out
that's
with
the
the
whole
5K
point.
first.
Didn't go
Yeah,
backwards.
5K, 10K, half, and then the full.
Yeah, the next one we're gonna do the Tacoma City 10K because I was like, I need
Oh, yeah,
time
yeah.
to do the half. So the half we're gonna do is the Narrows one in August. I think it's
Okay.
Cheney Stadium, down Narrows and back. But the elevation, the hills.
It is.
Ah!
Tacoma has some pretty. There's a couple pretty good hills.
Yeah.
But I told myself it's preparing me for Seattle because we will do the
Seattle,
Seattle.
oh my
one.
gosh.
Yes.
Let's go, bro. We have a whole gang out there. boys.
Yes.
That's gonna be dope. Seattle is fun, but it is challenging.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I told
Be ready for
Noah,
hills.
I was like, he was like, you should do it. Because I was like, no, that's crazy.
It is
AJ's
crazy.
I was like, AJ's crazy. I was like, 5 and 10Ks all the way. And Kanan was like, you could do it. And I was like, oh yeah, then you do it. And he was like, okay. I was like, no, you're supposed to fight
You
me
were
on
supposed to say no on
that.
that one.
He was like, no, I'll do it. And he's like, that's the least I can do for them. And I was like,
Yeah, you can do it.
Seattle's
I feel like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like
Just don't be late like I was last year. Oh,
What?
it's terrible. Yeah, I showed up late.
oh no.
I forgot my bib at home, and then
Oh no.
had to turn around.
how do you
And
forget your baby? You're going to run.
That's the
Yeah.
one thing.
One thing.
when we got there, everybody had already gone, and my shoes aren't even tied. My bib's not on. I'm just like running to the start line to get started. It was terrible.
Did you warm up?
Nope, nothing.
For the marathon?
Nah, he warmed up during
My
the
warm up was my stress and my heart rate elevated because I'm late and everybody's gone. That was my warm up.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was terrible.
And we didn't even know until afterwards, like.
Yeah, because you guys were already gone.
We were already gone, so we didn't even know until afterwards.
I was so far behind that by mile 3, the half marathoners who started an hour later caught up to us. Then I felt like I was part of the race, but after that, it was lonely. So yeah, it was just me and my brother out there running the streets. But it was fun. It was challenging, but it was fun. Just don't be late.
Oh no, I could never. Well, just yesterday, I thought the start time was 8:40, but I think that was the half or the 10K.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pulling up 8:39, and my cousin's like, "Oh, I need this," and we're pulling around the corner. I was like, "We gotta go!" Like I'm yelling, I'm like, "We gotta go!" And she's like, "Why? It's only 9." I was like, "Oh." But she's like, we start at 9. I was like, oh,
Okay,
I'm not trying to be late.
Yeah, that's good.
I need to stretch because the runs I don't stretch, I'm like, oh my gosh.
You feel it.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yep.
That's what I've been kind of messing up on for run clubs. Not
warming up.
Not showing
Stretches.
kind of show a decent warm up routine.
I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, things that I should be probably like helping out a little bit more instead of like, okay, let's go. But yeah, because I think, I told Paul, I was like, I've been failing these guys, right? I haven't been
You're not
letting them
failing
warm
us.
up or like not like giving them like a good warm up routine. And then I was supposed to do it on the last one. And I was like, I'm kind of time looking at like the layout of the whole place.
Yeah, where's there was no space to.
And I was like, I'm going to sit there in a parking lot, So I was like,
I didn't think about that,
yeah.
Do you know where the next one's going to be?
We went on Rustin.
Oh,
yeah. We went on Rustin. I just haven't announced it yet, but I'm supposed to be putting it up. But I looked at the weather, it looks like garbage that day. But
it's okay.
I'm down.
Yesterday was garbage. It was raining while we were running.
No.
Gosh.
You're the best. You don't overheat at least.
Oh, yeah, there is that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I'm sweating or if that's the rain.
That's the only part I don't like about running in the rain. I love running in the rain.
I just worry about the slip, slipping.
Yeah.
Anything.
I hate my socks getting wet.
Ooh,
Socks
yes.
slushy. I don't like that. That's the only thing I don't like.
I hated that.
I'll run in the rain every day if I could. Man.
I hate the feeling of wet socks.
Yeah.
And I got that. One of the sisters, she stepped in a puddle and like splashed all over me, and I was like, okay, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm sorry.
Dude, I can't wait till you guys because I feel like, especially for a half marathon for most people, right? Like once you get to that, it's like, dude, you did not think you could do that shit. It sounds crazy. It sounds far out there.
I still feel like,
but watch when you do it. Because it just fucking opens. It just opens your eyes. Like I can do anything that I fucking said. And it's 13 miles, and it takes a long time to be out there. I mean, people that like us, we're not like crazy fucking gangster runners. We're not like no street guys just running fucking 6-minute miles. We're just running because we enjoy it and what it does for us, right? But it's just the fact that just understanding what you can accomplish.
yes, digging deep,
Yeah,
for real.
because it's gonna hurt at some point, and it's gonna be like, why? I just want to stop, turn around, just go back.
Do you use anything for your runs, like a program or anything? Ooh,
Oh, well, I just started the run.
It's like an app,
Yeah,
and it gives you a.
yeah.
Like
But
a-
I was gonna ask you for your
Yeah,
thing.
I'll send it to you.
Oh
Because
yeah.
it's asking me to like start a trial, and I was like, nah,
Yeah, no.
bruh.
No, I created that to keep it very simple and keep it, because I was stupid enough in my first 2 times that I injured myself from overdoing it, not understanding what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. So that was the whole point of doing all that stuff, right? Was be able to understand how this shit works. And I'm not gonna take somebody from running a fucking 4-hour marathon to a 2.5-hour marathon. Like I can't do that.
Is
But I
that
can
physically possible?
teach
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're up there. You're in the
Yeah.
front of the pack. You're not in
Yeah,
the
it's
back.
fast. But I can help somebody go from couch to marathon. Like I can get to that point because I've kind of done that myself, But that's the only reason why. Like I was like, Will hit me up and like, bro, can you send me a half marathon and a full marathon plan? And I'm like, shit, I've been
I
thinking
think
about
he said
putting
he
something
wanted
together.
to.
Yeah, and I think he
do
might
that.
be doing something, but he just said he has to choose which one. But it's just like
He was talking
somebody
to
just
my
had to
mom
kind
about
of push
it
me a little bit.
because
too.
they had a get together I think last weekend, and my mom was talking to Uncle Wilton, and she was like, "Can you stay with my baby?" She's thinking of doing the half, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I think I'll do it." I'm still deciding which one, but yeah, I was like, "Oh gosh, that means I have to keep up with him." And my
That's
mom
always
was
a thing too. Like having, not wanting to slow people down. That's
Yeah.
that's a real.
Yeah, that's
Stressor.
a real one too. Because you seen, like, I run with my cousins, and sometimes I'm like, "You guys can go, it's okay." And they're like, "No, we're gonna stick to it, and we're gonna stay together." I'm like, it's okay, but it pushes me too.
Yeah, that's the good thing. And that's what I always think about it. It's like you when you're running with people, it's just they're gonna push you to go than you thought you.
Oh yeah.
If you were by yourself, you just
Oh yeah, I'd just stop.
back off,
Yeah.
walk way more than you have.
Yeah.
But when you're running with other people that are either the same level or a little bit better, it always sums up.
Our little Your Winded Update group has already grown, and I think that's just so awesome. It was just me and my cousin Anu. She got her 2 sisters on it now, and they're telling me like, "Oh, you inspire us," and I was like, "Don't make me cry. Like, you don't need to tell
So
me."
now
that.
you have a responsibility.
Yeah, because even
Yeah.
my dad, like back home in Hawaii, he was just telling me like he's getting older, but like he's out of shape, and he's like, "I should start running." Because he's watching my journey, and he's like, "I think that's a good thing for me to do." And I was like, "Oh, you're following my journey." But he plays basketball, so he was like, "I cannot keep up with these young guys. Like, I'm gassed."
man.
And he's like, "I need something to, keep me
Yeah.
up." And I was like, "Oh yeah,
Just start jogging.
just start." And he wants to do these big. He wants to do runs, like he wants to do the Spartan and like mud runs. But Hilo doesn't have those kind of things often. And there's not people, like we were talking about, like our family don't do that. Like our people do not do that stuff. So he's like, I have nobody to do stuff like that with me. Like
Now just you.
yeah, he was, because I just went back home a couple months ago, and he wanted to do the mud run, but it was like the week after I had already left.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "You would be the only one to do that with me."
Oh,
And my
man.
sister she's like, "Ew, mud," and "Ew, running."
That's
and then my stepmom, she's like, "Ew, mud, no, that's dirty. And how many germs are in that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, let's go."
You sweat up in there
I'm like,
along with the mud.
You gotta make the trip out here to the Seattle.
oh yeah.
Would you guys did the Spartan, yeah?
Yeah.
Not the mud, but there was mud in there.
There's definitely one.
I want to do the Spartan,
Yeah, it's
but
fun.
I heard it's pretty nuts. You did the middle one or the top one?
You did the half marathon one, right?
Yeah,
The 13-mile one.
Yeah, the beast. We didn't do the ultra one, not yet.
Oh,
But
not yet.
I don't think
Oh,
I'll be doing.
gosh.
The ultra looks dope, but it's not like something I'm
What is
inclined to do.
like? What's
It's just like a
More obstacles.
no. You do from you.
is it a full marathon?
I think it's more than a full. It's more than a full marathon. So you do it a couple times.
Dang.
It's not like it's fun. Like we did a 13-mile, the half marathon. It was cool. It was fun. It was challenging and everything, but it's like not something that I would want to go like go on a race.
Yeah.
I was telling my
It's
dad
cool
all
ones.
these things, like I want to do a half marathon, I want to do all these things. He goes, "Might as well do an Ironman." I was like, "No,
Ooh, that's
no." I was like, I mentioned you, and I was like, "No." I've seen this. I was like, "There's this one guy I know. He trained at." I was like, "I know if he had a hard time." Like I was like, "There's no way," because he was security for the one in Kona. And he's like, "There's people."
That's right. That's a big one out there, huh?
Yeah.
That and you got the heat.
That's where the
'cause-
championships are, I think.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, but Kona is so hot,
Yeah.
and he was like, "There's people who look like they're dying," and I was like, "Yeah, no." He's like, "Just come home and do that," and I was like, "Oh, just come home and do that."
Your dad
That's so
probably laughed. Like your dad probably laughed. It's like, well, so what did he feel? To swim. He's Islander.
How he feels
No,
this
he
way, man.
understands because he was security at the top. Like he was on the top of like a building, watching down over, and he was like, "Man, those people swim far." And I was just telling him, I was like, "You want me to do that?" I was struggling to swim and tread water when I was home, and I went like that far. So.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. It's a
Different beast.
yeah.
Nah.
That's the kind of stuff. See that, like what she just said. That's the kind of stuff that kind of pisses me off about what happened. Like the fact that I didn't do it, so then it bothers me that other people
Won't try.
won't.
No,
believe they
but-
can. No, but
Sorry.
No,
but I'm like,
but I like that. I like to hear it because it lets because I already knew what was gonna happen. Like because I put a lot of time and effort into it, right? And I knew, that's what bothered me probably the most. It's not that I just failed or that
It's
I put
just
in all
the
the time.
people.
It's that the people that are gonna watch this wouldn't believe they could do it now because I did all that work and I still didn't complete it. And I didn't want that. That's the main reason why I do this stuff is to show them like I'm a basic ass fucking average dude. Like if I can fucking just put into work and commit to doing the stuff I need to do and show up and do it, then you can too. Like there's nothing fucking special about what the hell. Like,
But it is a double-edged sword because you didn't make it, but Pal still did.
yeah.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's still
That's why
That's
I'm
my
glad
mom.
at least one of us.
Yeah.
My mom, she was like, because she used to swim too, and she was like, man, you have no idea how big of a difference like treading water is. Like, and I was like, what do you know? Like, how do you know so much about? She was like, I used to swim, and it's a lot different when you're in a calm, like a pool
Yeah.
with nothing, or when there's like a bunch of people in there, or you're going against the current.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah, that was definitely all fucking new to me. Like getting into the water and a bunch of people next to me and having to actually control which directions I'm swimming in.
Oh, yeah.
And just like I knocked into somebody
Oh.
during the race, like just stuff like that, and it just gets your head just.
Oh, yeah.
I guess, and I always talk about that's the first time my mind I couldn't slow it down, and it's just like, God, it's insane. But it was definitely an experience and something I learned a lot from. That's why I like to do shit to see who you really are in times like that, and yeah, we'll see what happens next time.
someday maybe.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure all that.
I'm like, man, I know. I'm like, that's not something I want to do. I'm like, I'm not a great swimmer,
Yeah.
but I know my dad was like joking around. I was like, no.
But if
I
you
don't
could just
think-
make it past that swim,
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I was like, I wonder if I could just
then all
swim.
you have is a 52-mile bike ride. Is it a 50 miles?
What?
56.
56-mile bike ride after
I
that.
didn't realize it was that.
And then after that, you just run a half marathon. You're good.
Just, yeah. I didn't realize it was I didn't realize it was that long
Yeah.
of a bike ride.
1.2 mile swim,
Oh
56-mile
my
bike ride, and a half marathon at the end to top it off.
Oh, that's
And that's
not
just the
bad.
half, yeah?
Yeah.
The full is double that.
Yeah, me and Power like gold and just thinking about like, dude, we just have to finish this.
Yeah.
Finish this swim because after that we're gonna blast through that bike and that run. Ah shit. Shit.
That was a cool
I
day.
was like,
That
if I
was
could
a
just
day,
swim,
man.
period. Like, just let me get past
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Everything else I think I could do.
Yeah.
It was nuts. But I mean there's still so many other things. Let's get you to the half.
Yes.
Yeah.
Half
Half marathon Seattle. Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
You know,
and
if you
it's
say that
coming.
on the pod, you got to happen now. So
Yeah, I
I mean,
know.
every time I had said it, I knew I had to do it because they're gonna come back to
Yep.
this.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys know she didn't do it.
Yeah. We're gonna post this.
Yeah,
clip.
we're gonna post this clip. She
Yeah.
said it. So she has to do it.
Okay.
And if
I
you
also
don't-
told people that I was doing it, so I feel like that's more
Yeah,
so
That's
like
part of the getting it done,
motivation.
though.
I think that's part
Yeah.
of the motivation. It's like, oh, okay, I told people I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I gotta do it.
You can't just say it. Now you got to do it.
Yeah.
That's why I like to just say I just throw it out there whenever I feel like I'm gonna say it because it's gonna happen.
It's like I'm manifesting it. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it.
And I've learned along the years, if he says it, once he says it, it's gonna materialize
He
at
says-
some point.
It's like you automatically like that's why even just signing up for races earlier. Like I think told me it's like if I sign up, I already know I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
Yep. that's
Because
what
I
do.
already spent money on it, so I'm not gonna back out.
Yeah, like I signed up. I think for the Ironman. Like I was still fucking kind of scared of it, just thinking about how much I had to do to get to it. Like I had to basically learn how to swim completely, right? And it was just
It
was
bike
December.
too.
Like I'm signing up for it. I had to buy all the equipment and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
It was December. The race was the following September. So I was just like, I'm gonna sign up now, and I have all this time to train. Just fucking, you don't sign up now. You probably can wait last minute. Then yeah, it was. So I was like, sign up now, and I just kind of got to it.
Oh,
Yeah. Put it out there. Go get it.
What's next for you?
man.
Another.
He thought he could just quit after he ran.
I thought it was
Oh.
done. Yeah, I guess I was done. No, I'm gonna.
NB. So
Yeah, I'm gonna do the half in Tacoma. In when
In May?
Yeah.
see, even for him to say that stuff, like 2 years ago, he was not talking
No.
like "Yeah, half marathon.
I was
Let me do the
struggling.
half first.
Yeah.
Half marathon is like a run for it. 275 guy.
280.
280.
I've been taking creatine. I swear it's the creatine.
It's not the food.
It's not the food. It's the creatine. And then the full again, I think, in December. Still up in the air about that, but I mean, I got to run that back. I have to make
I
that
was
one right.
thinking maybe you probably gonna wanna
Yes.
try
I
that
gotta
again.
run that one, yeah. I got to show up on time for that one. So,
and warm up.
yes, warm up, get the mentals ready, enjoy the crowd. So, because that one was chaos. Partly why I didn't put a video out either, because it was just chaos. So,
Yeah.
But very tough.
Now we have the e-bike, so I'm going to take the e-bike next.
Once you get done,
Yeah, once I'm done running.
he's going to circle back and find me on the e-bike.
So you know,
Yeah. By the time you get done, I'll be almost to Aurora.
But yeah, you guys had to come down to Seattle would be dope. From out there to Seattle.
The half was fun though. When I did the half with the year before that, that was fun.
You did the Seattle half.
I did the Seattle half. Yeah.
And then next you did the full.
Then I did the full. It is.
Does that mean I have to do the full next year?
Yeah. Let's tackle the half first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's tackle the half first.
No, but I just think if you like running Tacoma and stuff like that, there's like Tacoma is not as big as Seattle.
Yeah.
Like Seattle has a lot more people, so you'll just see the big difference in like energy. Like there's fucking people all around Seattle too, but it's a pretty big race. And it's fun. Good people.
I'm excited but nervous.
Yeah.
I still get nervous for all the races. It's
My cousin, she was like, just think it's a 10K twice. And I was like, just
Yeah,
a 10K
just-
twice? Like,
Just break it down to smaller bite-sized
like
pieces.
we totally weren't dying at our 10K. Like,
It's all right.
Yeah.
You'll look back once you get it done. I don't ever have to run a 10K. I can just keep running half marathons.
No.
Yeah.
That's how it works,
Yeah.
right?
Because after the marathon I did last year, I was like, I'm never running this again. Nope. But now, look, I'm coming back. So,
Yeah. So you guys will be seeing Cam and the family with the NB Run Club, and NB Run Club's going to be showing up with a bunch of people too. Tacoma Marathon coming up next.
so here's on May 3rd, yeah. The 10K is on May 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The
we have-
Saturday?
Yeah. So Saturday we have people running, and Sunday we have people running. So we'll be there both days.
We're making a trip to Dreamers.
And then, the whole
yeah.
whole squad's going to Dreamers to support small business and another supporter, and then we'll take a bunch of people to Seattle. We'll all run Seattle Marathon and show them that NB Run Club's out there.
Yeah.
That'd be the ultimate.
Yeah,
It's going to be awesome.
yeah. So
A whole squad with
Yeah,
NB Run Club
yes.
shirts. Just have the line ready to go.
Yes.
we are.
That's pretty dope.
Like we went from going out there, we barely saw any Islanders, to now.
You got a whole squad going.
We'll be watch out.
That's
Yeah,
pretty dope.
I mean, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having
Was it
me.
as nerve-wracking as you thought it was going to be? The whole
No,
time?
I think after the first 5-10 minutes, I was
Good.
like, okay.
It was good. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't know about you and know about your story, so I think it's dope that we get to sit down.
I could definitely do this again.
Yeah.
Like,
After we'll do
Yeah.
something after like all the races. And
Oh,
stuff.
gosh.
Yeah, we'll get the.
check back in if I actually did it.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta
she's
do
gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you came on. Glad you got to share. And then you guys go check out Cam. She's doing tattoos now. Cam scraps on the back burner right now.
I still do it, but yeah.
But if you need something, yeah, you can hit her up. And,
Let me know.
And then, but yeah, she's doing her thing and she's growing. And
Only
things that she
22.
never thought. Only 22.
Yeah.
Making me
Oh,
feel old as
man.
fuck.
Yeah. You're older. I'm even older. What are you talking about?
Why you move like that? Yeah. We'll see y'all. So,
Yeah.
thanks for coming. But hey, you guys know the deal. Go out, be your best. Always do that shit.
It's really we unite, yeah. Put our differences aside, yeah. And fight for our lives, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said they hit us in the morning way before the sunrise. Didn't give us one.